All of my regulars and my long-term subscribers, stay tuned through the end of the video. The channel passed another milestone last night. We surpassed 55,000 subscribers. Yesterday actually might have been the best day we have ever had here on the channel. Added over 1,000 new subscribers yesterday alone. In keeping with channel tradition, I will share a personal story at the end of the video. Not sure what it's going to be yet. I'll figure that out when we get there. But let's go ahead and get into this. Earlier this week, I told you guys what was going on in California. The Golden State. The Golden State. The only thing that's gold in California right now is the golden cucumber. California is the ultimate example as to what happens when deacons at Woke United Methodist are given limitless power. Endless natural resources, beautiful weather, mountains, beaches. California literally has it all. Yet for some reason, normal people cannot get out of there fast enough. I wonder why. You can make a strong case that it is no longer safe to raise your children in California. Well, let's be a little bit more specific. You can make a strong case it is no longer safe to raise your daughters in California. The boys are okay. California offers endless opportunities for young men. Take a look at young Ronald here. After years of confusion and suffering, his parents took him to see Dr. Proctor and Nurse DeVerse. After a thorough examination, Ronald was diagnosed with gender dysphoria. He was prescribed puberty blockers and given gender-affirming care. He was told that it was okay to identify as a fly. Now Ronald is comfortable being Rhonda and chooses to identify as a mosquito. This is progress! Yeah, progress. Yesterday, I briefly mentioned this fake war that the mainstream media is pushing. The media is pretending that normal people are at war with Tran Dan. That is a myth. We're not at war, but that doesn't mean there's not a war going on. The shitfucks are at war, and the war is against young women. This is the oldest crime in the history of mankind. The war on women, it has been going on since biblical times. Earlier this week, I told you guys about Adeline Johnson and Athena Ryan. Outside of their feminine-sounding names and their love for track and field, Adeline and Athena have nothing in common. One of them was born female, the other chooses to identify as female. I don't have to explain the huge difference. California was one of the first states in the country to allow young men to compete in female sports. This has been going on in California since 2013. Last weekend, Ryan was allowed to compete against the girls. As a result, he stole an opportunity to race in the state championships from Adeline Johnson. Only the top 3 finishers qualify for state. Adeline Johnson finished 4th. Ryan finished 2nd with a time of 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Now, I highlight that time for a reason. Guess where Athena Ryan would have finished racing against the boys? Just take a wild guess. That time was good for 2nd place against the girls. Take a guess where that time would have placed him against the boys. Last place. You know, when I was growing up, men who wanted to be women, they went all out. They grew out their hair, they shaved their beard, they tried to alter their voice to make it sound more feminine. Today, the pretenders, they don't even try to pretend anymore. They don't even try to disguise it. After finishing 2nd place last weekend, Athena Ryan was interviewed by a local media outlet in California called MileSplit CA. Now, this interview could not have been more pandering. Instead of asking real questions like, aren't you supposed to be competing against boys? The interviewer conducts this interview like he's interviewing a female track and field star. I'm going to play a short clip of the interview. During the beginning, just for a second or two, I want you to close your eyes. I might actually black out the video, but if I don't, just for a second or two, close your eyes. I want you to focus on the sound. You tell me if this sounds like a girl. Roll the film.
I've dropped like 17 seconds on my season best in the past 2 weeks, so after last weekend, I didn't think I could run low 5s again. I would just come here and try to break 5, and I'm just glad I finished it out. You know, I have experience. I'm hoping to have fun, but I think I got trapped in the prelims. So I think if I can just get out there, run hard prelims, and I got finals, and it's all good from there.
Any shout-outs here?
Yeah, shout out my dad and my coach for telling me I can run times that I never expected I could.
Look, I'm trying to be nice here. I don't have a problem going after Leah Thomas, Dylan Mulvaney, Rachel Levine. Those are all adults. I don't think it's right to be as critical with kids. But someone needs to destroy this dream that Athena Ryan is living. Ryan just bragged about shaving 17 seconds off the time. The truth is, this kid was not good enough to make the boys' team. Instead of living with that reality, Athena Ryan decides to identify as female and takes a spot on the girls' team. Where are the parents? At one point during the interview, Athena Ryan thanks his father for believing in him. My dad kept telling me, you can do this. You can be the daughter I always wanted. You can be a female track star. This is not an accomplishment. An accomplishment would be busting your ass to make the boys' team. An accomplishment would be qualifying to compete in the state championship against other dudes. Taking a spot from young women, that is not some big accomplishment. It's just wrong. The California State Championships, they took place this weekend. Athena Ryan was set to compete along with some other kid who suddenly decided to identify as female. I don't remember the other kid's name. Maybe it was Lily Flowers or Carla Confused, Fran Formerman. Hell, it doesn't matter what your name is. Just like Athena Ryan, they took this spot from another young woman. Both were set to compete this weekend. The day of the big race arrives. Beautiful sunny day in California. Not a cloud in the sky. The smell of fresh masculinity was in the air. It was time to crown a champion. It was time to determine who was queen or king of track and field. All the competitors are lining up to take their spot. State officials are making their counts. 1 female, 2 female, 3, 4. Where are the 2 pretenders? Where are the 2 identifiers? Has anyone seen them? No one can find Athena Ryan and Fran Formerman. They began frantically searching, looking for these inspiring athletes. Oh no! I bet they've become victims of this war against the identifier community! I bet angry parents flattened their tires so they couldn't make the race! Don't worry. The 2 identifiers, they were safe. They were not victims of anything, but they damn sure played the victim. Ryan and Fran, they refused to compete in the state championships. Why? What was the reason? I'm scared. Last week, people were protesting. They said I didn't belong competing against girls. They even misgendered me. They called me a boy. Oh, it was traumatizing. After taking this opportunity from young women, they no-showed the state championship. Now, the state of California, they are doing their best to turn them into the ultimate victim. They released a statement to the LA Times saying, we are so disappointed that 2 of our student athletes were afraid to compete because of the actions of the others. Let me translate what they mean by the others. You, normal people. And what were normal people doing? Oh, just advocating for fairness and equality in female sports. There's that word again, equality. I thought equality was a woke boner word. The shitfucks hate hearing about equality when it comes to men infiltrating women's sports. They are not concerned with how young women feel. They're not worried about the thousands of young women competing in California. The only thing they are concerned about is the feelings of the 2 identifiers. To hell with the thousands of real girls, we are concerned about the 2 pretenders. This is a huge victory for young women. Credit should be given to all the parents who fought against this bullshit last weekend. Credit should also be given to Adeline Johnson. One simple hand gesture last weekend, one simple thumbs down. The clip goes viral, brings national attention to this story. The 2 pretenders get worried and no-show the event. This is proof that one person can make a difference. This is proof when parents stand up for the rights of their children, when parents push back against the state, normal people can win. I have been telling you guys, there is a shift going on right now. Normal people, they don't care about ESG scores. Normal people are no longer allowing the mainstream media to shape the narrative. Corporate America no longer has the power. You have the power. All right, before we wrap things up, I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for all the support. The past couple of months were pretty tough. After 8 or 9 months of solid growth, the channel came to a complete standstill. Impressions dramatically declined, views were down, hell, every analytical metric was down. Now, I'm not a natural worrier. Generally, I don't worry about anything, but I'm not going to lie to you. There have been plenty of times over the last 2 months that I was legitimately worried. When your numbers are down, it's hard not to get into this negative headspace where you think you're doing something wrong. When you're working at a company and business is down, or maybe your sales are down, you got coworkers to talk to, people who understand what you're going through. When you're a content creator on YouTube, you don't have that luxury. This can be a lonely business. Most people don't understand it. Over the last couple of months, I found myself reading the comments section more than I usually do. I normally check the comments at night before I go to bed, but lately, I was checking them throughout the day. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate all your support, especially over the last couple of months. It kept me on the right track. It kept me believing that this was just a down period. And if I kept doing what I've always done, we would make it through it. And that is exactly what happened. Because you guys stuck with me, because you guys watched the entirety of the videos, the likes, the comments, sharing the videos, because of all that, you got me through the downturn. As a result, last week was the best week we have ever had here on the channel. Past 24 hours, best day we've ever had. Last week, the channel had almost 600,000 views, added almost 2,500 new subscribers. Like I said, yesterday alone, almost 1,000 new subscribers. Thank you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate every one of you. Now, I know there are some of you guys who are aspiring YouTubers. I often get emails asking me to review your channels. Most people also, they always ask the same question. How do you make it? There's a lot of bad information out there. There's a lot of people who take advantage of aspiring YouTubers. They sell all these fancy little programs. They sell a lot of bad advice. Focus on your thumbnails. My thumbnails suck. Coming up with flashy thumbnails, complete waste of your time. Focus on your backdrop. Make your channel flashy and aesthetically pleasing. Another complete waste of time. I sat in front of hideous curtains. You guys remember those? I sat in front of hideous curtains for over a year. Now the shelves are a great backdrop, and I have been working to get them back up, but that is not my number one priority. The backdrop does not matter. The only way to build an audience on this platform is give them content that they cannot get anywhere else. And the only way to do that is to be yourself. I'm sure there are thousands of channels here on YouTube that do the same thing that I do, but there's only one me. No one else can be me, just like no one else can be you. 99% of the channels on this platform are huge embarrassing failures. Only the top 1% make it. There is no luck involved. There is no trick to get on the algorithm. You want to know the difference between the 99% and the 1%? Persistence. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. Persistence. Most people never make it because they give up. They expect to come on here and be this superior content creator right out of the gate. They set these unrealistic expectations. They compare themselves to other channels. They worry about their analytics. They worry about reaching 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours so they can start making pennies every day. While wasting their time worrying about all the wrong things, all the things that don't matter, they overlook the only thing that does. The content. The only way you can become good at this is to do it every day. The KC that you see today, it's not the KC from 2019, 2020, even 2021. Go back and listen to older videos from years ago. I was absolutely terrible. It's painful to listen to. But over time, and you don't even notice this when it's happening, but over time, you start to develop your skills. All of a sudden, people start saying that you have natural talent. But ain't nothing natural about it. Sure, you got to use the skills that God gave you, but the only way to develop those skills is doing the same thing every day and not giving up. There is no fast way to do this, and to be honest with you, you don't want it to happen fast. Those channels that you see that go viral off of one video, most of those channels are destined for failure. They're basically one-hit wonders. Check them out 6 months later, their channel's dead. So, all you guys out there that are aspiring creators, don't waste your money paying for bad advice. I just gave you the only thing you need for free. Persistence. If you dedicate yourself to doing this, you can build your own audience, but you can't half-ass it. You've either got to be 100% dedicated or don't waste your time trying. To be honest with you, this same logic probably applies to any business. I know a lot of you guys are successful business owners. I would be willing to bet the main reason for your success is your persistence and your dedication. But anyway, let me get out of here. Not sure what the schedule's going to look like tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a video uploaded tomorrow, but that's no guarantee. We've got some things going on for Memorial Day, but I'm going to try. But if that doesn't happen, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy your holiday weekend.